hidden in plain sight. The Meridian Grand Hotel gleamed like a jewel in the morning sunlight, its 68 stories of steel and glass towering over downtown San Francisco. From the rooftop infinity pool to the marble-floored lobby, every detail had been meticulously designed to whisper one word: luxury. Olivia Ramirez studied her reflection in the staff locker room mirror, barely recognizing herself. Gone were the designer clothes and the elegant jewelry that usually adorned her 5'8" frame. Her dark hair, normally styled in loose waves, was now pulled back in a simple ponytail. Her face, free of makeup except for a touch of mascara, looked younger than her 38 years. "You must be the new girl," said a friendly voice behind her. Olivia turned to see a woman in her 50s wearing the same gray housekeeping uniform. "Yes, I'm Rita," she replied, using her mother's name. "First day, I'm Deanna. Don't worry, honey, I'll show you the ropes." Olivia smiled gratefully, though she knew every inch of this hotel better than anyone. As founder and CEO of Ramirez Hospitality Group, she had personally overseen the design and construction of the Meridian Grand, her company's newest flagship property. But today she wasn't Olivia Ramirez, the woman Forbes had recently profiled as the queen of luxury hospitality. Today she was just Rita, a housekeeper eager to learn. This wasn't the first time Olivia had gone undercover in one of her own properties. It was a practice she'd started 10 years ago when her empire was just beginning to grow. Once a year, she would work incognito for a week at one of her hotels, sometimes as a dishwasher, sometimes as front desk staff, once even as a maintenance worker. It kept her connected to the heart of her business in a way board meetings and profit reports never could. "The executive suites are your assignment today," Deanna explained as they rode the service elevator to the 65th floor. "We have some VIPs in 6501, the Winston party. They're here for 2 weeks." The elevator doors opened, and Deanna showed Olivia the housekeeping cart stocked with premium linens, organic toiletries, and the signature lavender spray used in all Ramirez properties. "Remember, knock 3 times, announce housekeeping, and wait 30 seconds before using your key," Deanna instructed. "And if they're in the room, the guest always comes first," Olivia finished, reciting the company motto she herself had written. Deanna smiled. "You'll do fine." At precisely 10:15 a.m., Olivia knocked on the door of Suite 6501. After following protocol and receiving no answer, she entered the spacious suite, which had been left in complete disarray. Clothes were strewn across furniture, wet towels on the marble floor, room service trays with half-eaten meals abandoned on every surface. Olivia had just begun gathering towels when the suite door burst open. A woman in her early 30s swept in, talking loudly on her phone. She wore a white sundress that probably cost more than most housekeepers earned in a month, and designer sunglasses perched on her head. "I don't care what he says, Veronica," the woman was saying. "If Jefferson wants my designs in his stores, he can meet my price." She stopped abruptly when she saw Olivia. "I'll call you back," she said into the phone before addressing Olivia with an irritated tone. "I didn't request housekeeping yet." "I apologize, ma'am," Olivia replied. "The system showed the room was vacant. I can come back later." The woman looked Olivia up and down, her expression a mixture of impatience and dismissal. "Since you're already here, you might as well clean the bathroom. But be quick about it." "Of course, Mrs. Winston. It's Miss Winston, Penelope Winston," she corrected sharply. "And don't touch anything on the desk." Olivia nodded and retreated to the bathroom, where the marble countertops were cluttered with expensive beauty products. As she carefully organized them, she could hear Penelope resume her phone conversation. "Can you believe the service in this place? For what Theodore's company is paying, you'd expect perfection?" Olivia smiled to herself. Perfection was exactly what she expected too, from her properties and from herself. And by the end of her week undercover, she would know exactly how close the Meridian Grand came to achieving it. The art of patience. Olivia's second day brought more encounters with Penelope Winston. From the service corridor, she watched the woman berate a young waiter for bringing sparkling water instead of still. "Incompetence surrounds me," Penelope sighed dramatically to her husband Theodore, a tall man with kind eyes who looked perpetually exhausted. "I don't know why you insisted on this hotel." "The Meridian is the finest in the city," Theodore replied quietly, "and the Ramirez Group is known for treating their staff well." "Well, they should fire half of them," Penelope snapped. Later that afternoon, Olivia was changing linens when Theodore entered alone. He startled upon seeing her. "I'm sorry," he said genuinely. "Please continue your work." Unlike his wife, Theodore spoke to Olivia directly, even asking her name. When Penelope returned and found them chatting, her eyes narrowed. "Don't you have other rooms to clean?" she asked coldly. As Olivia left, she heard Theodore's quiet reprimand. "They're people, Penelope, not furniture." "They're the help," came Penelope's dismissive reply. "And I need this hotel stay to be perfect. The Ramirez investment could make my fashion line a reality." Olivia filed this information away carefully. She hadn't been aware of any investment meetings with a fashion designer. Behind the mask. On the third day, hotel manager Marcus Bennett cornered Olivia in the staff corridor. "Ms. Ramirez," he whispered urgently. "I recognized you immediately." "What are you doing here?" "Annual quality check," Olivia replied calmly. "Please keep my cover intact, Marcus." He nodded nervously. "The Winston woman has been demanding. Her husband apologizes constantly. I've noticed." "Tell me about this investment meeting she mentioned." "It's scheduled for Friday. She's seeking $3 million for her fashion brand launch. Your assistant booked it before your arrival." Later, while cleaning the Winston suite, Theodore entered alone again. He seemed troubled. "Rita, right?" he asked. When Olivia nodded, he continued, "I want to apologize for my wife's behavior." "It's not necessary, sir." "It is," he insisted. "Penelope wasn't always like this. Success changed her. Now she's focused on impressing Olivia Ramirez on Friday." "The hotel owner?" Olivia asked innocently. "Yes, Penelope believes this fashion line will finally earn her respect in the industry." Theodore sighed. "I just wish she understood that how you treat people matters more than any business deal." The breaking point. The hotel's charity gala on Thursday evening found Olivia still undercover, serving champagne to elegantly dressed guests. Penelope, stunning in a silver gown, was holding court with potential investors when she spotted Olivia. "You!" she called loudly, waving her over. "Careful with that tray. Those glasses probably cost more than you make in a week." Several guests looked uncomfortable. Theodore's face flushed with embarrassment. "Actually," Olivia replied calmly, "these crystal flutes are hand-blown in Venice. Each costs approximately €300. Penelope's eyes widened at being corrected. "Well, aren't you the educated maid? Perhaps you should stick to cleaning toilets instead of showing off." The room grew uncomfortably quiet. Even Penelope's social circle looked mortified. "That's enough," Theodore said firmly, surprising everyone. "Apologize to her." "Excuse me," Penelope hissed. "I said apologize. I'm tired of watching you treat people this way." Instead of apologizing, Penelope stormed out. Theodore turned to Olivia. "I'm so sorry. There's no excuse for that behavior." Olivia merely nodded, her decision already made. Revelations. Friday morning arrived with Penelope, nervously preparing for her meeting with Olivia Ramirez. She hadn't spoken to Theodore since the gala. "You need to focus," she told her reflection. "This is your big moment." At precisely 10 a.m., Penelope entered the penthouse conference room, portfolio in hand. Theodore accompanied her silently. Marcus greeted them. "Ms. Winston, Mr. Winston. Please have a seat. Ms. Ramirez will be joining momentarily." When the door opened again, Penelope's practiced smile froze as Rita, the housekeeper, walked in, now dressed in an impeccable navy suit, hairstyled elegantly, radiating authority. "Ms. Winston," Olivia said smoothly, "I believe we've already met." The color drained from Penelope's face. Theodore's eyes widened in recognition. "You work undercover in your own hotel," he said softly, understanding dawning. "Once a year in different properties," Olivia confirmed, taking her seat at the head of the table. "It gives me unfiltered perspective on both operations and guests." Penelope attempted to recover. "Ms. Ramirez, let me explain." "No explanation needed," Olivia interrupted. "I've observed enough this week to make my decision." She opened Penelope's portfolio and reviewed it carefully. "Your designs show talent," she acknowledged. "But Ramirez Hospitality Group invests not just in products but in people. We value integrity and respect at all levels." Olivia closed the portfolio. "I can't invest in someone who believes treating people with dignity is optional." Penelope looked stricken. Theodore stepped forward. "Ms. Ramirez, while I can't defend my wife's behavior, perhaps this could be a learning opportunity rather than just a rejection." Olivia considered this. I appreciate that perspective, Mr. Winston. Here's what I propose. A smaller initial investment, contingent upon Ms. Winston spending 1 month working in hospitality, specifically, and housekeeping at one of my properties. That's absurd, Penelope sputtered. It's an opportunity, Theodore countered. Later, as the Winstons departed, Penelope subdued, Theodore thoughtful, Olivia returned to her office. This experience would change hotel policies. Staff appreciation programs would be enhanced, and a new guest code of conduct would be implemented. Because in Olivia Ramirez's empire, seeing people, truly seeing them, was the foundation of everything she'd built.